All right, let's just jump right into it. We're going to take the 88 Fiero GT body and we're going to first initially use a pink primer. I use the Tamiya pink fine primer because running the pink primer under the paint gives you a really good result once you lay a red over it. It really makes the red pop much brighter than it normally would under any other color primer. So we're going to prime this thing up and get it ready for paint. Now for the chassis, we're going to use the Tamiya light gray primer, as the chassis is going to be black, and with black, as dark as the color is, it really doesn't matter what color you put under it, at least as far as what I've seen. So we're just going to go right with the Tamiya light gray primer. At this point, we have all the priming done for the red car, and we're starting on the priming for the blue car. Now you can see the chassis is already painted up and ready for some detailing. So let's get busy with that. Okay, now we're going to start masking off the chassis so we can get it ready for paint, as it's time to paint the fuel tank. The fuel tank on the Fiero was a light gray color, so that's one of the defining features on the underside of the car. And we're going to get ready to make that look the way it's supposed to. Okay, now it's time to give it a little bit of color to the gas tank. Using Tamiya light gray, airbrushed onto the chassis, and giving the gas tank its proper color. Now it's time to add some color. We're using Tamiya bright red. Now you're going to start spraying from underneath the body, as you want to make sure you cover all the edges and all the nooks and crannies that are going to be hard to reach later. Once you get a good amount of color on that, you can start on all the main parts of the body. I really love this red, as it lays super smooth and it's a super pigment heavy, really rich color. It's an amazing paint, and if you're going to do a red, this is my go-to from here on out. After laying down a couple of really light coats just to get color on the body, now we're going to go with a nice heavy wet coat of red just to really deepen the paint and really bring that heavy gloss out. I usually go about 3 coats, 2 light and 1 wet, and that gives me full coverage and a really deep shine. Alright guys, now we have the bodies all painted up, the chassis is done, the gas tank is painted. Now we let it sit for a few days before we move on to the next step. So we're going to start with Fiero Blue next and get a little color on that one. That'll be on our next episode. So see you on the next one.